Hello students, today we will continue with lesson 7, The Restored Arm by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan's lifespan was from 1906 to 2001. He was a renowned Indian writer of fiction in English. Most of his work, starting from his first novel Swami and Friends in 1935, is set in the fictional town of Malgudi, which captures everything Indian while retaining its own identity. Fiction means children, it is based on the real story. It is a real story, but having based on some imaginative characters made by the writer. R.K. Narayan was the winner of many prestigious awards, including Sahitya Akademi Award for the Guide in 1958. He was made a member of Rajya Sabha in 1989. The story is about a famous sculptor and his passion and expertise. After reading the story, you will learn how even the experts can sometimes make some wrong judgments. The following story is based on the traditional accounts of the life of the famous sculptor Jakanachari, who built the Belur, Halbid and other Hoysala temples in the reign of Vishnuvardhana, 12th century CE. For purposes of the story, R.K. Narayan has made a few changes in detail. Children, this story talks about a famous sculptor. Sculpture means the artist who makes the statues, Jakanachari, who built many temples during the rule of King Vishnuvardhana in 12th century. Students, this is a real story with some changes in details made by writer R.K. Narayan. Let's start with the story. The temple at Belur was nearly ready. At the next full moon, it was to be consecrated and open for worship. Consecrated means inaugurated and ready to worship. The old sculptor Jakanachari was working on the main image of the temple in the inner shrine. Inner shrine means inside the temple, in the inner part of the temple, which in Hindi we used to call it as Garbhagriha. He spoke to no one and tolerated no interruption. During his work, he didn't tolerate any kind of disturbance. So the story starts with the construction of a temple going on at Belur, which is going to be get ready by the next full moon, that is Purnima. And the old sculpture was of nature that he was so busy in his work that he don't like any kind of disturbance. Next, as he was working, he noticed a shadow falling on the wall. He had ordered that no one was to be allowed to disturb him. He turned sharply with a curse on his lip. Curse means having bad words or rude words on his lips. But he swallowed the curse quickly. Swallowed the curse quickly means he didn't spoke that. He just be quiet. And why it happens? He fell down and touched the floor with his forehead. The king had come in noiselessly. So when he was working, he noticed the shadow from the back. And he got angry obviously on looking the shadow, as he don't like any kind of disturbance. So he got angry and he turned back to say some bad words. But who was that visitor? After observing that visitor is no one but the king, so he got quiet and calmed down. Okay, and so he was the king got entered in the inner shrine there in that room. You go on with your work, said the king. So king asked him to continue with his work. I obey, said the sculptor. He was working on the drapery of the image. Drapery means clothing of the image. The king watched the image, fascinated. Fascinated means he got attracted. As godliness grew upon it with each stroke. Godliness means God-like look. There was grace in its eyes, a smoothness in its eyes, and protection in its gesture. Means every movement of that statue shows the protection, symbolizes the protection. Here the writer says the king was attracted with the beauty, with the good God-like looks of the statue. The king said, Jakanacharya, I am longing for the day. Longing means excitedly waiting, eagerly waiting for the day when I may offer worship to this Keshava. When will you finish your work? Sir, by God's grace, I hope to finish the work by full moon. So when king asked that I am eagerly waiting for the day when I am going to worship or offer my worship to this idol of Keshava, so he asked the date, when till which date you are going to finish it. So he replied, the sculptor replied that by the next full moon. Full moon means Purnima, I will able to complete my work. Next, when the king left, the old sculptor plying his delicate chisel. Plying means working with a tool. Chisel is a tool. छेनी जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. Conjured up a vision. Conjured up a vision means the day of inauguration appeared in his mind. Means he started dreaming about that particular day of the consecration. At the auspicious moment means the moment at which something good is going to happen. Shubh Gadi jisko bolte hain. While priests were chanting that time. Chanting means mantrochar kar rahe the, and smoke curled up from the sacred fire. Smoke means smoke was coming out from the sacred fire means yajna ka धुआं उठ रहा था. He would place the god on his pedestal. Pedestal is a stand on which the god's statue has to be established. He could also hear now the babble of voices. Babble of voices means all the peoples together they will speak, means jai jaykar kar rahe the. Here the writer says when the king left, the sculptor who was busy with his work, he started dreaming, means a vision appeared in his mind. And about what that vision was about the inauguration day of the temple. And he found in his vision that the priests were chanting and the sacred fire was going on, and he was placing the god's idol on the pedestal, and he was very happy. Let's continue. And the king stood on the threshold of the shrine with the minister beside him. Having arrived in state on his elephant, people from all over the empire were crowding in for the occasion. As the image was fixed to its pedestal, a great cry of joy went up from the crowd, and the king presented the sculpture with a gold bracelet. The sculptor also visioned that the king arrived on his elephant with the minister, and he was very happy with his work, and so he presented him a gold bracelet. Children, all these he was dreaming in his vision. Next, Jakanachari did not break off for the food at noon. In the ecstasy of the vision, he forgot hunger. Ecstasy means feeling of great happiness. Someone had the kindness to remind him, he merely replied, "Get out and don't talk to me." A little later, he turned from the image and was annoyed to see someone standing at the doorway watching this image. Jakanachari was so much lost in his work and his feeling of happiness to complete the Keshwa's idol that he lost his hunger. And if someone reminded him, he shouted on the person. But after some time he got angry when he saw someone is standing on the door and watching the image. "Go away," said the sculptor. "Yes, I will go away as soon as I have seen as much of the image as I like." So on seeing stranger, Jakanachari told him to go away, and the stranger replied, "Yes, I will go away." But he wanted to see the idol for much time as he wanted. Oh, you may be. I am a wanderer. I happened to pass this way and dropped in to have a look at the temple. Sculptor asked him, "Who are you?" He told him that he is a traveler and just stopped to see the temple. "Get away now. I will have you pushed out. No one must see this image before it is completed." Jakanachari ordered him that just go away or otherwise I am going to throw you out. No one is allowed to see this image before it is going to complete. Next, "I am one interested in stone. I can do a little work myself." "Oh, you are a master, are you?" "I won't say that, but ever since I can remember, I have loved stones." So when Jakanachari asked him to go away, the stranger told him that he is actually interested in the stone from which the idol was made. So why he said that he is interested in stone, as he used to work with stones and so had a good knowledge about it. And on which the sculptor asked, when he said that, he told the sculptor that I am having a good knowledge, or I am interested in stone. So the sculptor asked him, you want to say that you are the master of stone? But the sculptor denied him and told him it is not like that, but he loved stones. "You are an upstart. Now let me see nothing more of you," said the old man. "Say what you like," replied the stranger. "I have gone round and seen all that it is to be seen. The pillars are divine. The figures on the outer walls are the work of a godly hand. This temple will be remembered by coming generations as the greatest." Here Jakanachari called a stranger as an upstart. Upstart means a person who had started a new job but thinking himself having more knowledge. On which the stranger told him that you are free to think of your own, and what you want to say, you can say. He also told him that the artwork of the temple outer walls is just wonderful and fabulous, and surely this temple is going to be remembered by the generations after generations as a wonderful example of art. He was actually appreciating the work done by the sculptor. Next, I do not need your certificate. Hear me fully, said the young man. I am not speaking now to flatter you. I am merely expressing a fact. I say once again that all that you have done so far is wonderful, except. Then he got quiet. So here, when stranger was appreciating the work of sculpture, the sculptor told him that he don't need any kind of certificate. The young man asked him to listen him completely. He told Jakanachari that he was not saying this to impress him, but he was telling him a fact, that all the work that he had done till now is really good, except. Then again he got pause. Except बोल के वे थोड़ा चुप हो जाता है. Then he got quiet. Let's continue with here. Now the old sculptor pricked up his ears and cried, except what? Except what? Except the work you are doing now. After listening the word except, the sculptor curiously asked the young man, except what? And he told him, except the work he is doing now. And what work he was doing now? He was working on the main idol of Keshava. Next, the old man picked up his mallet and flourished it at the intruder. Mallet, hammer. Okay. And intruder, flourished it at the intruder means just wave it, throw it to threaten him. Okay, I will smash your skull if you speak anymore. At your age, you must have greater self-possession, means you should be calm. Said the young man, I am not saying that your work is bad, but your choice of stone is unlucky. After hearing that the work he was doing is not good, the sculptor got angry and threatened the young man by waving the hammer. उसे hammer फेंक के, हथौड़ा फेंक के डराया towards him to hurt him. But the young man said that at your age, at this old age, you should be more calm. He also told him that his work is not bad, but the choice of stone for Keshava's idol is not good. He actually wants to tell the sculptor about his fault in the selection of stone. Your words are inauspicious, wailed the old man. When the stranger told the old man that the selection of a stone is not correct, he made a mistake in that. For the main idol, the old man shouted on him. Next, with that stone you could make a figure for the gateway, but not the main god of an inner shrine. After all, the tens and thousands of carvings and decorations are only a setting for the main image, and its stone should have the utmost purity. Now this stone has a flaw. Flaw means fault, and the image is unfit for worship and consecration. The stranger continued and said that with this stone you can make the entrance art, but not for the main idol of the temple. As for that, the stone used should be having its utmost purity, means the stone should be of very good quality, as number of carving and decorations have to be done on that. So on which the Jakanachari was working had a fault, and so not fit. He said that this stone is not fit for worship in temple. Oh, will no one drag this man away? His words are inauspicious. I am merely warning you the best of motives. Don't get angry. I repeat that this stone has a flaw, and I am surprised that a man of your experience did not notice it. Here sculptor asked someone to drag this young man away, as his words are undesirable, unbearable for him. Young man told him that he is just warning him about the fault of the stone, and he also said that he is surprised that how an experienced person did not notice this fault. Young fool, you don't know what you are saying. See this arm, it has chipped and carved 50,000 forms of God. But I swear I will cut this off if you prove what you are saying. Sculptor got very angry and he called young man as a fool. Then he continued by showing young man his arm and telling him that he had given shape to 50,000 God, but he is making a promise to the young man. If he will prove himself about the fault of the stone, then he is going to cut his arm. The sculptor is going to cut his arm. So here what we come to know, children, is that the young man found a fault in stone in which main idol of the god was carving, but the sculptor denied it and made a promise to cut his arm if the young man is going to prove his fault. Okay, prove the fault. So I will stop over here today. We will continue in the next video. Thank you.